Right. So even though the whole of the file exists already, so the whole of whatever you do already exists, you'd still say that the mindset of we should behave as if it doesn't exist is better.
Yeah, we should behave as if our actions can improve the future state of affairs, because they can. Because that's the thing is, what it means to improve them is to improve them relative to what we know and what we have experienced, Um, I would usually think of like, yes, it's like that final state is already predetermined, but it's predetermined that we continually strive and continually make things better. And that doesn't seem fatalistic at that point. When you're thinking of it being predetermined, there's some kind of optimization going on in terms of the circumstances, and life gets better and better. It's like, okay, I would call that destiny rather than fate. It's destiny rather than fate.
Yeah, there's definitely this sense at least with the file analogy, where there's the complete timeline existing already, that whatever we do or whatever mindset we have, that's just going to be the case either way, because that's what's written into the file. So even if we did say, oh, well, there's no point in doing anything, then that's what our fate would have looked like regardless after that point, because that's what's written into the
Yeah.
file.
But I usually think of the difference I would draw between destiny and fate is destiny is about realizing your potential as fully as possible. And I think of fate as like a kind of truncation. And fate is associated in my mind with ways of thinking about action and your possible future that are self-limiting, basically. So I think of destiny as kind of an open-ended upward trajectory, whereas I would think of fatalism as a kind of closing down of, where you're like, well, if I'm fatalistic, then that's just what I was always going to be, and there's no way out of it. But it's like the only reason there's no way out of it is because that's what you've decided. And had you not decided that, then life could have got a lot better. And once you do decide to think in a fatalistic way, life tends to get worse. And so it's really just a question of whether you care about life improving or whether you're content to let it sort of degenerate and feel self-satisfied that you're being supremely logical, even though like the actual outcome of that is sort of more suffering for everyone.
Right. I guess it's kind of like the fatalists have the facts right, but the determinists have the mindset right in some sense.